Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get into today's review, I just want to send a quick thank you to our sponsor, Bitcoin Merch. Now, I've been working with Bitcoin Merch for a little while now. I've been ordering hardware, accessories, and lots of mining gear from them. And I'm genuinely excited to partner with them on this video. Now, if you're looking for reliable equipment and a trustworthy store, they're definitely someone that I trust. I'll drop my affiliate link in the description section below, so if you click through and make a purchase, that helps this channel at no extra cost to you. In today's video, we're doing an honest, in-depth review of this NerdQaxe++ Hydro, a compact, liquid-cooled Bitcoin miner. Now, I've been running this unit for a little over a month now, and I want to walk you through what I like, what's good, what to watch out for, and whether I think this is a solid buy. So let's dive in. Okay, so first off, why this model? Well, besides the fact that Bitcoin Merch sent this to me to review, look at it. This NerdQaxe++ Hydro is a home miner style device built for folks who want efficient, lower noise mining setups rather than giant industrial rigs. And overall, it just looks cool. It's a liquid-cooled mini miner pretty much. Now, according to the specs, it's designed for users who need stable and energy-efficient performance in a compact form. Now, key features of this miner include 1. High-efficiency processing that's designed for consistent and stable performance. 2. Low power consumption relative to traditional models. 3. Compact and space-saving design, which is great for home setups. 4. Quiet operation and an intelligent cooling system. And then 5. A simple-to-use plug-and-play setup, which is great for home miners who don't want to tinker endlessly. Now, the miner itself uses 4 BM1368 ASIC chips and has a default hash rate of around 5 terahashes per second, especially at stock settings. And it's also got a power draw in the 60 to 80 watt range, really depending on your environment, with efficiency of roughly 20 joules per terahash in ideal conditions. So in short, I picked this miner because it promises home-friendly, more manageable Bitcoin mining rather than industrial scale. And that aligns with what many of you and I are doing. Smaller footprint, quieter, and more efficient. Now, when I got this unit from Bitcoin Merch, the packaging was solid, as I expect. It arrived in about 2 to 3 weeks, which was faster than I expected. Now, my first impressions of this miner, the unit is relatively compact. If you're someone who's used to seeing large industrial miners, such as big racks or heavy equipment, this one feels much more manageable. In addition to that, the build quality is good. I can tell the casing, the cooling block, and the overall finish are very thoughtful in design. And then, the hydro part refers to its liquid cooling, or the hydro cooling system, which is a custom AIO water cooler with a pure copper microchannel cold plate that is 27 millimeters thick, and with a 12-row radiator that is sealed and leak-free. In addition to that, I also love the LED lighting. It's got aesthetic touches that stand out. They're not purely functional, but I appreciate the design. So right out of the box, I felt that this is a more premium and creative device than your basic budget miner, and that shows. Now, when it comes to setup, the process felt pretty smooth. Here are the steps that I followed and what to keep in mind. From a steps perspective, you need to choose a location with decent ventilation. Even though this is a home-friendly miner, you still need airflow. The first thing I did was connect the included power supply. The unit that I got from Bitcoin Merch came with the power supply included. Second, connect the network. Ethernet is best, but Wi-Fi also works just fine. Lastly, I turned on the unit, accessed its dashboard interface via IP, which you can find on the screen itself, or using your router's IP tables. And then lastly, I configured the mining pool, but in my case, I decided to solo mine. So really that depends on your strategy. You can monitor temperatures, hash rate, and efficiency to make sure things are running as expected by using the screen or by looking at the dashboard. Now, what I found is that the cooling system performed admirably. Even under load, the ASIC temperature stayed well within bounds, and I haven't had a single failure or shutdown since I turned this thing on. Now, the noise level is low compared to many home rigs, as you can tell, and the water cooling and the radiator system help to reduce the fan noise that you'd normally hear from a standard open air miner. Now, one thing that I learned that you might want to take note of is to make sure that you pay attention to cable management and your ambient temperature, because the performance and efficiency can vary if it's hot in your room. The efficiency with optimal conditions is roughly 20 joules per terahash at around 21 degrees Celsius. This drops a bit if ambient temperatures are a lot higher. Now, here's another tip. If you're running the miner in a non-intent equipment room, such as a garage or basement, make sure the ambient temperature is as cool as possible. Even though this is a quiet miner, you still don't want it in a tight box with zero airflow. Okay, so with that in mind, let's talk about performance, efficiency, and my real-world use. Now this is where it matters. Is it delivering what I expect? Well, I am on solo mining, so the odds aren't really in my favor. What I typically see from a performance perspective, my unit has been consistently delivering good numbers for this class of miner. For my environment, I keep an ambient temperature at roughly 22 to 24 degrees Celsius. I'm seeing hash rates in the roughly 4 to 5 terahashes per second range, and power draw in the ballpark that gives me sub 40 joules per terahash, which I think is good for this setup considering home electricity costs. Now for the thermal performance, thanks to the hydro cooling, the ASIC temps are staying low and the radiator is handling heat nicely without getting overly hot to the touch. I am actually feeling no heat from this miner at all, even when I get up close. Now when it comes to efficiency, home miners often face high electricity costs. The fact that a miner at this performance and efficiency point exists means that you're much closer to breaking even or having a positive ROI. From a flexibility standpoint, because it's smaller and quieter, you can run it in a space that maybe wouldn't work for a full rack. That opens up more options for home miners. And as you can see, I have it in my office where I take conference calls daily. Now the only reason why it's making a little bit more noise right now is because I've got the door closed and a bunch of other miners mining, which is causing a lot of heat to build up in this room. Now, some potential caveats. Of course, the actual ROI depends on Bitcoin price, mining difficulty, and electricity costs. So the hardware is only part of the story. But in terms of hardware spec, this one is strong for its category. Now, let's talk about what I really like and what to watch out for. What I really like, the compact form factor plus liquid cooling. It's quieter and less disruptive than many other home mining rigs. In addition to that, the build quality and design has a premium feel. There's visible cooling hardware and it's got a solid finish. In addition to that, the efficiency is good, especially for what you're paying for in this home miner segment. I also like that Bitcoin Merch clearly markets and supports this miner. And their mission is to make mining more accessible to more people. That gives me more confidence when it comes to new mining rigs like this. And then lastly, it's flexible enough for someone who's fairly technical but doesn't want to build everything from scratch or even tinker a lot. Now, what to watch out for and some of the minor downsides when considering this. Cost. Because this miner is more premium and for everything it comes with, it's more premium than bare bone miners and your typical BitX. You're basically paying for those features such as hydro cooling, quieter operation, and compact design. Second, you'll also want to ensure your electricity rate and ambient conditions and mining plan make sense. Because again, you are paying for a little bit more of a premium product. Now that being said, It is still super affordable compared to your standard large-scale miners, and it's still a great miner for entry-level mining. Next, you've got maintenance. While the hydro cooling is sealed and low maintenance, you still need to monitor things such as coolant temps, radiator dust, and airflow to keep it running optimally. I will be honest though, I have not touched this miner in the last month and a half that I've owned it. Third, space and ventilation. It's home friendly, but you can't ignore airflow. If you put this in a closet or a basement without airflow, you'll degrade the efficiency and probably the miner's lifespan. And then finally, as with most mining, ROI is not guaranteed. The hardware is strong, but mining risk remains. Difficulty is constantly increasing and Bitcoin prices move unpredictably. Now overall, do I recommend this NerdQaxe++ Hydro? I believe this is a very good choice for a serious home miner who wants to invest in something higher end, but not industrial scale. If your electricity cost is reasonable, you have decent ambient conditions, and you want a quieter, more efficient mining rig, this hits the sweet spot. Specifically, I'd say if you're just curious and you want to test mining with minimal costs, this is definitely a great choice. Plus, it's also one of the cooler looking miners you can solo mine with. I don't think I've ever seen a miner that looks this cool. Now, if you're someone serious about home mining and you understand the risks, and you want something that will run well, is less intrusive, and of higher quality, then yes, definitely go for this. Something else to consider is you will want to make sure to run your numbers, such as calculate your electricity costs, the expected hash rate, the efficiency, and what you're paying for the miner plus shipping and setup, especially if you're someone who's looking to make money. And lastly, and I can't say this enough, make sure that you set this miner up in a space that supports ventilation and cooling. Given everything that I've seen, the components, my real world run, the support I get from Bitcoin merch, I feel confident in recommending this NerdQaxe++ Hydro. Now, if you like the idea and of course the look of this miner, head to Bitcoin Merch's website and look for this NerdQaxe++ Hydro. And to make it easier, I'll also leave my affiliate link and my code in the description section below. So there you have it, my quick 1+ month review of this NerdQaxe++ Hydro. Big thanks again to Bitcoin Merch for sponsoring this video and providing the gear. If you want this miner or other home mining gear, check out the link below in the description section. And if you found this review helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss future mining hardware reviews. If you don't mind, also leave me a comment if you're already mining, telling me about your setup, or if you're thinking about stepping into mining with one of these cool little miners. I'd love to hear from you. Anyways, thank you for watching, happy mining, and I'll catch you in the next one.